It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
I broke my bell. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. I am excited. Welcome to all our friends across America, the U.S., and England, because we are opening up shop in England. The cafe lands in Europe.
Cafe hits Europe.
But what a week. What a weekend. What a number of events. What a Super Bowl. What?
What a lot of it. First, I want to say, I like your jacket.
What's the matter?
I'm glad that you live in Florida now.
It was cold.
I got the air conditioner on. You wearing a sweat jacket.
When I got up this morning,
I know.
It was 48 degrees in Boca.
I thought it was going to be cold, and I walked out, and it's beautiful outside. This is what winter should be like. So if you haven't made it down to Boca Raton or our studio, you don't need to wear the sweat jacket like my partner over here, but it is beautiful.
So you want me to
outside.
take this off?
No, I like it.
No, I'm going to take it off. You've made me feel
like
a mental person.
Do you want some music as you take it off?
Should we do a dance for
There you
you?
go.
I'm going to do a J-Lo, baby.
No. You have a long way to go.
So
at least I tried.
much better. Hey, you got the Puerto Rican going for you. So
listen, don't get me off my game. Because holy smokes, what a week we had last week.
That was amazing, right?
Fantastic.
We go down and we do. First of all, we had the Genji show here. No, we had the.
First of all, we had Mama Ali Monday. If you really want to do a whole recap.
Yes, Mama Ali was here Monday.
Mama Ali Monday with an amazing new caterer that we're working with, N&N Catering with the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Tuesday, we launched our first live podcast,
which was hilarious. My goodness, if you guys listen to that podcast, it had me rolling. You're a funny person.
Yeah.
This guy is crazy.
Oh, we know he's crazy.
He's from like another freaking planet. That's all I got to say.
That's what they say to all the Colombians. We are from another planet.
You're from another planet.
And then Wednesday, we launched our Mastermind Networking event here with Genji. Every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. in the New Dawn Theater, there is the Mastermind Networking event. And this Wednesday, well, let me back up to this Tuesday, actually. It's Tequila Tuesday. So that's tomorrow. Wednesday, we're having Wines for Humanity in conjunction with Genji's Mastermind Networking event that's going to be here at 11:30. It is open to everyone to come out, network, meet some great businesses, and see if it is a chapter that you want to be a part of. But last Wednesday, when we kicked it off, wow, what a Wednesday is all I can say.
Yes, because and then from here,
where'd we go?
We went down to Pompano.
To the Oceanic.
And there are pictures of Teddy and Mia and the kids. Everybody says, where are they going to the Super Bowl? You messed it up. I said secret location, but it begins with the word letters SB.
SB.
So everybody was saying, they're going to the Super Bowl. What?
I know. You're so funny when you do your posts. I'm so truthful, and Freddie's so Freddie is all I can tell you.
She blew it.
But that was Wednesday. When I went, I wasn't even doing anything last night until 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know if I slept last night. Posting everything and taking pictures. And the Blades Brothers, what a great event that was on Wednesday night. That was for the Benny Blades Foundation. And then such a long night, even called him the wrong name at the end of the shot.
You call him Bernie.
I called him Bernie instead of Benny. I know.
He called me.
He said, like, what's wrong with this woman? He touched my wand, is all I can tell you.
That's another story.
That's a whole nother story. That'd be great for a podcast. He touched my wand. Boom. Mic drop.
I wouldn't say any. I'm not going to say any more because he's a big guy.
And then what did we do on Friday?
No, then Thursday we went down.
Yes.
And we got to meet people at the second
33rd Street event.
Yes, which was Fishtails. We went down there. Hector ate a lot, and Dylan ate a lot. Teddy went down there, said goodbye, and came back up, which I'm still trying to figure that out.
Let me tell you about that. I asked her, why did you not abort the mission on the way down?
Yeah, what was that
Ask
all
her
about?
her reply.
What was your reply?
Because when I said no, you said, no, you're going. It's not going to take 40 minutes.
She was
It took
afraid.
40
I said, okay.
But let me ask
She
you.
thought you were going to be mad at her if
Get-
she didn't show up.
let's get a mic. Let me ask you, did you go down there via the highway?
Yeah.
Okay, that was your first mistake.
It took us a long time, not via the
That's where the
highway.
GPS took me.
I know, that was the first mistake. I didn't mean you I wanted you to be there so you can experience this. This is all about the experiences.
She thought you'd be upset with her if she didn't make it
Not at
there.
all. And then you went down there and you drove back.
Did you scare your kids when you were a dad too? Were they like, Dad's going to be upset with me? Hey, Gio and Freddie, if you're listening, give us a call. Let's know what it was like growing up with your dad.
Yeah, that's right. Do that to him. Put him on the phone. Let him answer the phone. But you're gonna have to learn it because we have some other exciting news. We'll get to that in a second. And then Friday, we go to the biggest event in Boca.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, it's the biggest. Yes?
Yes, I agree with you.
Did you have
I
fun?
agree. A lot of fun. I was pleasantly surprised to get there and to know at the level in that particular event, the people that was coming in, the organization very well, the sound, but most important, the whole event for a great cause.
It was. It was the
was a
Brain
great
Bowl
cause,
with Pam
yes.
Polani is running this thing.
And I have ideas for next year.
Oh God, you could talk
I
to
really
her.
have
Tell
idea.
Teddy. Teddy's making a list because
Yes.
what I want to do is post-production. We know what we want to keep, what we want to change, what we want to level up. We're going to start doing post-production meetings. Put everything in writing, so we put it in the file for next year, so we know going forward what wires, what sound, cameras, who's on it.
I'm
what
gonna.
we're looking
I'm
for.
already talking about changing on delivery on this thing, but forget about that. That's next year.
But
I'm
it was a
talking
great
about right
event.
now. It was a great event. It was a lot of people.
Great.
I had DJ walk around with a camera. He was introduced. So then I look on Facebook, and there are pictures of him everywhere. He was taking the camera, but there are pictures of you everywhere.
Who was taking the
Really?
pictures? would
I have
like
no
to know.
idea.
Okay,
Different
that's
people
good.
that apparently I know, but I don't know.
Okay.
I have over 50 new friends from Fridays, and they're still pouring in.
And what's it like
good.
when you're at 5,000 and you're maxed
I'm
out?
I got to
with
open up
friendships?
another one. I got Federico Santaturi. Remember that?
Santoni,
I
yes.
tried to
wasn't
do
it?
that. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
But the Brain Bowl was ridiculous.
Incredible.
Incredibly ridiculous. And then we came here and we worked. All weekend we've been doing film. We've been taking calls. We've been this, we've been that. But this morning, I am very proud to announce that we have come into an agreement with one of the oldest magazines in Boca Raton. You want to take it from there?
Absolutely. And you know why? People
Tell me
don't
why,
think you
Dawn.
get out of your bubble and network. It is all about getting out. If it's not in your comfort zone, if it is, get out. Because I have known Marcia and Bruce Burns from Nostalgic Magazine for years. Back from, oh my gosh, 10 years already. You've known them a long time as well.
They don't know me, but I know them.
Now they're a little curious to know. I've known them for a very long time, and Nostalgic America, that everybody knows, I need to bring the magazine in, is a magazine
bring me one of those.
that is time. You'll find it in the diners. You'll find them in doctor's offices. You're going to find them in the flea markets because their demographic is our demographic. It's about bringing back the memories, the nostalgia of New York, of Florida, of everything that we all remember. Different ages, different demographics, but they do print, and we do video. We do radio. We do production. That was nice, Teddy. This is Nostalgic America, so we are very, very excited to announce our partnership with Nostalgic America and their new Nostalgic America 2020 concert series. So that's really exciting. Here you go. Here's all the info.
Well, and the bottom line here is that this meeting, which we are going to be announcing a concert at Meisner Park at the amphitheater. Yes, you saw that? And we are going to be announcing that we are going to be covering it. And they just want to understand a little bit more about what we do, how we do it. And, you know, we go big or we go home. So we are going to do television. I am going to talk to the powers that be, her, and the other guy, him. And I want to do this live on Roku and on Apple and Amazon. I want to do it live.
Well, we talked about leveling up once we hit 2020 and going live on Roku, so that might be our next step.
And the way it works is that you go in, the way they're talking about $1, and you get the coin and you go in, because the event will not be put on social media because of the music. Just the invites and the stuff like that, like invitations, And we want all 250 businesses that they're associated with. And we are going to be giving out tickets. This is the ticket. This is what it looks like.
Oh, look at this. There's a Winter Expo coming up again. There are so many papers here, I can't even tell you what an amazing meeting. But save the
But right
dates
now
on
is
all
this.
of these. There is a great B2B event coming out on March 12th, and that's going to be kicked off with the U.S. Stones right after that at Meisner Queen, Friday, March 20th. Tickets are on sale. VIP tickets are on sale for the Queen cover, as well as ABBA. I'm loving me some ABBA.
Now,
All I
let
can
me ask
tell
you,
you. Saturday, March 28th.
these are the first three? No,
These
okay.
are the three of this year.
Which is the one on the 20th?
It's the U.S. Stones, which is the B2B networking, the one that we are working with from
Is that the
4 until
first one?
7:30. That is Thursday, March 12th. Then Friday, March 20th is the Queen tribute band, and then Saturday, March 28th is ABBA. Ever notice that it's when it's our birthdays? There's always like a spectacular.
Well, this
venue
is
that
what
we
I
got
want to talk
celebrate
about.
it.
This is what I want to talk
Yes.
about. And they don't even know this. I want to celebrate
Here's your
all.
phone.
I want to celebrate our birthdays with these events. I want to start with the Stones, which is allegedly like a tribute to the Rolling Stones.
Yes.
So I want to start there, and then Queen, which I saw the movie on the plane, sort
know.
of touched my heart, and then ABBA, and we're gonna do a contest. Do you remember where you were when you listened to ABBA? The very first song. You remember that stupid song they sang?
Okay, here it goes, and I'm going to respond to
And
you.
you stay clean now.
I stay very clean.
I can't stay
That's
clean.
my this February is
I'm
a
as
clean
dirty
month
as a
for me.
pig.
When you think about ABBA, what song comes to your mind?
It's that Dancing Queen
Dancing
thing. wasn't it?
Queen.
Dancing
Yeah,
Queen.
the
You know which
Dancing
one I think
Queen.
about it?
What?
And they brought it just for me. Can you hear the drums, Fernando?
Where were you when you first heard that
Yes.
song?
I was in Bogota, Colombia, South America. I was attending a
You
high
were
school.
in a banana tree or something? Where were you?
Exactly, bringing some coconuts down. And,
I was bringing some coconuts down too, but I was in no tree. Yes, I know. I know.
I'm keeping it clean, Freddy.
Yes, I know. You're a
Let's go under
vampiro.
the
Is
same
that-
rules.
Do you remember what a vampiro is? Do you know what a
Vampiro, yeah, of
vampiro
course.
is?
No.
I'll tell you later. But anyway, I want to celebrate our birthday with these events. I think it'll be a blast if I don't get sick again. But I think it'll be a blast. I think we'll have fun with this. And we bring in all the friends that we have into the event as well.
Save the date, our crew. I'm going to give you the list of dates. Clear your schedules, take the day off because we are going full speed ahead.
That's right. And if you're in school, you bring me your professor because I'll invite him too. But this is going to be the biggest event thus far this year.
Well,
And
next to
Rainbow
the
is
Rainbow,
big.
yes.
Rainbow is great. I'm gonna tell you, I love the Rainbow. Love it. And I think that Chris did a fantastic
Chris
job.
Farrell was the MC, spectacular job. We had a lot of friends there this
lot
year.
of fun. We knew everybody there, and unfortunately, Freddie has a little bit. I can't remember names, and I apologize for all those people when I said, "Hey, how you doing?"
But it was a great production. They raised a tremendous amount of money. It
She
closed
said
out
that.
at 700 instead of 12, and I think they may have raised more money this year than they had in the past,
That's
even
what I
with less
heard.
people, which is pretty remarkable.
I heard that she raised more than she has in the past, and I also heard there was more than 700, but I'm not gonna say nothing.
But it was really, really a great event. So we'll, as soon as we know the next date, with this is what I was told yesterday. People need to save the date. So as soon as I get the next year's date, we will announce it on air and tell you all to big. Mark your calendars and save the date because you do not want, I feel like I want to put a ribbon around the date. You do not want to miss the next Rainbow. I'm going to land a plane and do all these
It's funny, when I
things.
first met Dawn,
The
she
girl that
never
didn't
used her
talk with her
hands.
hands.
Yes.
Boom, boom.
Now, then I have another piece of fantastic news, which
Yes.
involves Fuego. And Fuego this morning actually kicked off they launched their show this morning, which is a very nice job with DJ Ortiz and Sylvia. A second piece of Wonderful Monday is that we are going to have our own hotel
Yes,
to do shows from here to Miami.
absolutely. Which
I
is
mean, I'm not talking about just here. Here to Miami.
another great meeting. What's it like to have all these meetings and by 11:30 know we've got two incredible new venues going into the season?
Season, and we have Don Pablo Studios down in North Miami, so we're going to kick down there, and we are going to be going to hotels. We met somebody today. What's the name of his hotel here in Boca?
The Boca Plaza Hotel. It's on Federal Highway between Glades and Spanish River.
So
Beautiful tiki hut.
it's beautiful. We're going to
Happy
be
hour Friday, guys.
doing inside and out. He's also going to make a dance floor and everything else in there. We are going to introduce the Latin beat because, of course, if you saw last night's Super Bowl, I got to tell you something. J-Lo, she may be 50, man, but she could still bring it.
I got to tell you something, both
Jenny
of you,
from the block.
both of you guys. So we're at a Super Bowl party, And J-Lo comes on, and everyone knows J-Lo is truly my girl crush, right? Shakira opens up, and the music was everything that you play here, DJ.
Correct.
And everyone, ever seen a room full of white Jewish people at a Super Bowl party?
I
And
have
they
not.
turn on Hispanic music, and they went, what is she doing? And there's a poll, and I go, wait, I need one of those for the studio. And wait, I need the shoes. There was a doctor, I think he was either horrified or
They
he
didn't
thought
like
he should be
it?
married to me. He said, you like that? The women had their eyes covered. They were turning around. J-Lo was just spectacular. And I said, wait till you come to our studio on Monday, because that music plays here every day.
Wait a minute. Were they were offended?
I think they were offended. I don't understand.
Come
It was
on.
really a fun party, but I think her Michael Jackson grab kind of might have gotten to people a little bit.
What grab?
Really?
You see, you have to get ready because when the Fuego, we're going to do a kickoff for the Fuego.
What grab?
The Fuego,
Are we
going to-
letting that one go?
Wait a minute. Hold on. What grab? Did anybody notice her grab her junk?
Which
I didn't-
one?
Yeah.
She grabbed her junk?
Well, the entire time.
No, she had a hand. Let me tell you what Jay did. She put her
Me is like,
hand.
even me is embarrassed like it's a dance move.
She put her hand to cover because she was, you know, I mean, it's J-Lo, baby. It's J-Lo.
J-Lo is spectacular is all I can tell you.
And when
Only
you-
J-Lo is J-Lo.
And when you ain't, I'm gonna tell you, and when you ain't got all that jelly, you gotta show it.
But she was totally covered. There was no wardrobe malfunction. She had layers and layers of clothes on. But she looked sexy as can be.
She looked hot, and I thought she was an entertainer. I thought she brought it. I thought that she had it all going on, and I think that what's her name, Shakira?
Shakira.
Shakira, that was Shakira's show last night.
Shakira,
Let me tell you
Shakira.
something. She brought it. I thought she was a step faster, a little bit younger. It showed them difference. She brought it. I think that J-Lo gave her that stage and let her
Yes.
do her thing. They talked. The guys that came in, I heard today that they are from different countries. One Puerto Rico, one from hers, and they switched. Again, J-Lo has so many things going on in her segment.
Yep.
The flag to Puerto Rico and the U.S. on that thing that they built. Okay, she told the people in Spanish, mi gente, I haven't forgotten you. I'm going to do a concert for the earthquake victims. We had the cross for Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace, in purple and gold. She did that for A-Rod. But man, the 11-year-old girl, which is her daughter, I'm going to
daughter.
tell you, look at this.
Yeah.
Her daughter, man, on that stage, that even Mark Anthony didn't know what was going on, and he tweeted, are you kidding me?
Well, when we saw her in concert, I guess a couple months ago, I saw her in concert. Her daughter sang, and she brought.
So you knew it.
So I knew, right? And she looks just like her father.
Exactly.
She looks exactly like
What
Mark
a voice that
Anthony,
little girl had.
right? And just even the past couple months from when she was in concert to last night, just a whole nother elevation of this little girl.
Best Super Bowl I've seen, and I've seen all 50 of them, well, 49 of them. Best I've ever seen halftime.
And here's what I learned from Shakira.
What you learned?
Besides the fact that the United Latinas can totally bring it on the dance move that Shakira does. All right, Sylvia, Shakira's got nothing on you. It said, I never quite thought I could put fringes with sequins. So now it takes my wardrobe to a whole nother level on our next event. And then if I can marry that with J-Lo's shoes, boom, I'm
There you
done.
go.
Is all I can tell you.
So if we were to go for a percentage basis, we say who was better, Shakira or J-Lo? I know they are different styles.
Totally different,
I
right?
I wouldn't even look at that question. Because that's pitting one against the other.
Totally
I think they
different.
were both even. I
Okay,
thought they
I feel the
each
same.
did their own thing.
Yeah.
I feel the
Was
same.
Shakira a little faster, a little younger? Yeah. She's not 50. Now, if she can move like Jay when she's 50, then I tip my hat on this deal. It's going to take 7 years to decide that. But what I saw last night was a business deal. It was a professional deal. Jay has a body. When she bent over and I saw that booty, the NFL quickly cut off, by the way.
They
What
did
about the
not.
They
hips?
did. It
Not
was
quick.
just slow. It's a 7-second delay.
The hips. Do you think the movement of the hips? were
J-Lo?
better? J-Lo or Shakira? Because Shakira is
No,
recognized.
Shakira, that's what she's known for.
Exactly.
I gotta tell you, both the way they move that booty, I'm saying I don't know how they do that.
Listen, the thing is, we in Miami, we in Florida. Miami
Brought it.
is a gigolo bump and grind town. That's what we do down here. That's the music. That's what they do.
And this is why Miami has held the Super Bowl for 11 years or for 11 times, more than any other city. Out of the 54, Miami has hosted.
It's 66,000 is the smallest number for a venue, and they still keep bringing it back.
But they brought it. That Super Bowl
Yes, they
show
did.
was Miami on steroids. It was it was
Spectacular.
classy. It really was. The ladies did a spectacular job. The dance, the music, the tributes. It was totally Miami. You think of Miami in the culture, That's what it was.
And only at the event itself, the Super Bowl, but anywhere you went
Everywhere.
in South Florida, Miami, from South Beach to Hollywood, anywhere in South Florida, you felt the flavor of the Super Bowl because Miami really, I tip my hat, your hat for Miami. We did it our way.
I gotta admit, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be very honest here. I'm a New Yorker. Though I live here, I still consider myself a New Yorker. I love the Knicks and Mets, the Yankees, New Yorker. Yesterday, I felt proud to live in Florida.
Me too.
And I can't say that. And I've been here 14 years. I can't say that for everything else that has happened to me down here. But yesterday, when I saw that production, I said, man, I am so happy that I am here in Florida.
I have to tell you, I was thinking about our crew and our production, our film, and I scrutinize every production we do, almost to a fault. Do I not?
You do?
I was watching the film of them dancing, and our cameras, I have to give credit to you and Gio, have sometimes higher def than watching them on stage.
Well, let me tell you what they did yesterday.
Did you see?
Well, you saw what they did yesterday. They introduced new technology yesterday. They came out with the 5G camera. Okay, now, this is bump and grind to the next level. Those cameras, did you see how the stage turned into a cone that went into a
Yes.
vat? Cameras are doing that. Did you see the goalposts turn into television screens? Cameras
I
did
saw the
that.
stage sink, and I thought, wow, they had to practice so carefully to stay on their
That's
mark.
all done by cameras. Now, I showed Teddy the upgraded cameras I want to do. They do these things, so I can have him in a hole, I can have him in LA, all from the camera.
Interesting.
Okay, so there is a change going on. It was the first time in a national live production the 5G was used. Faster, more efficient, and it didn't go down. And they were all holding their breath on new production. But I got to tell you, I got to tip my hat. They did a fantastic job.
Fantastic.
Now, I also want to take a moment. We were going to have 4 of the 100 players,
Hall of Famers, yes.
Hall of Famers, here in studio as of a week ago. And something occurred that they couldn't get here and back to Miami, so they squashed the whole deal and they did it
At the Betsy in South Beach.
Correct. So my hat's off to them. But we have just met somebody who has 2 hotels? One
He
or 2?
has 2 hostels in Miami.
What the hell's a hostel?
Teddy.
What's a hostel?
I'll look up the exact definition.
A
Wait a
hostel is where kids, not kids, but young adults go. It's much more affordable to go. They share
Yeah.
rooms.
It's like a temporary group home type thing where you go and you have like 5 other people in your room. You go into bunk beds. You're only there for a night or 2, but you can stop and do your laundry there. They have food there for
That's
you.
for
You
kids
usually
in
do it
school?
on road trips. No, anyone can go. It's
Airbnb?
usually young adults, but
Kind of
anyone
like
can
a
use it.
young adult, a millennial B&B
Yeah.
type of thing.
Well, he showed us pictures, right? If
No,
I
that
had
was the hotel in Manhattan he showed us.
No, I know, but if I had those hostels, I would hold the event there because he says he has enough room there.
Some of them are really cool. I've stayed in a hostel in France and a few of them in Germany, and you meet a lot of really cool people there. And they usually have a lot of local artists.
Yeah, when Aaron traveled through Europe, he stayed. The rates are amazing, and you meet a lot of great people.
I stayed at a Kabul in Israel.
A kibbutz?
Yeah, kaput. Kaputs.
A Kabul in Israel.
I don't remember what it's
think
called.
so.
Yeah, I went to a Kabul. Kabul?
Yeah,
Kaputs?
no.
What is it?
That was putting those two things
What
together
is
that you're
it?
not going to put.
Kaputs?
A kibbutz.
A kibbutz.
No,
Kibbutz.
kaput is like you're kaput.
He is kaput, is all I can tell you.
I
for
stayed.
sure.
I stayed in one. You ever stayed in one of those?
Yes,
You have?
sure.
Where?
In Israel.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you
In the
stayed?
Golan Heights.
I was in the lower heights. I was in the Bronx Heights. I was in the New York Heights. I was in Washington Heights.
And how was your weekend, Freddie? It's all good.
I had to take a drink every time San Francisco scored the
Oh, is that
interception.
what happened?
My God, I had 8 drinks in me. I was like, let's go.
Oh, wait, so we played this game. There were 10 people, and there's 100 boxes, and you put your initials in a box?
Yes, called the boxer.
Is that what it's called?
Like a pool.
I don't know. So what happened? I won the second quarter. I won the third
You won the
quarter.
score?
I don't know what I won. All I know is we put in 20, and I walked out with 40. I kept the winnings. I thought it was a good deal.
You have one
Chuck
of the
put in 20, and the host gave me the 40. I'm like, I'm a win-win.
one of the teams that you picked either had the number 0 or whatever, and then at the end of the quarter, the ones with that number wins. Now check this out. So I end up being a winner because Kansas City won.
Yes.
Come from behind, they won. Congratulations to Kansas
Yes,
City.
congratulations, Kansas.
And I only took Kansas City because my cohort here decided to take the 49ers, so I wanted to bet against her, so I win. But my original bet, she wins $40. I'm out 10 large because my original bet was San Francisco was going to win the Super Bowl. They were supposed to be playing the Ravens. I lost that bet. But if San Francisco holds on for 6 more minutes,
Correct.
I'm $10,000 winner. I take everybody to dinner tonight. And they text me. This is almost.
By the time I left the party,
Almost.
the time I got home, 3
That's 6
touchdowns.
inches.
Or 9.
What?
3 touchdowns.
Or 12. But I lost. So she wins the $40, even though she loses the game. I win the stupid game and I lose. 10
wanna hang
large.
out with
So that
me.
means then Don is going to have to take you out for dinner with $40.
And there's cupcakes in the back.
Did
so-
you collect the 40 already?
Of course.
But what a game. Fantastic game. I'm going to tell you something. When the kid, Mahomes, is that his name?
Mahomes.
I got to tell you a funny story about that.
When Mahomes went on the air to talk, Linda goes, "That's a very educated young man." I said, "Of course he is. He's intelligent beyond the scope of reason." What do you got to tell me about Mahomes?
I didn't realize that was really his name because, I really don't follow football. So I thought everyone was kidding like Mahomie. So I thought it
My
was,
homie.
Yeah. So when Aaron would always say Mahome, I was thinking Aaron. It was like saying Mahome. I didn't realize that was really his name until I saw the back of his jersey yesterday. It's the whole thing.
Didn't you see the car commercial? Which you're going to get to in a second.
Well,
but
we watched the Super Bowl where we were without sound.
why?
That's what they did. They had music on. So then I'm thinking, right, when it comes back from halftime, and I'm watching the game, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm so in this production mode. What a spectacular piece of editing their crew did to go the entire first half, edit this piece with music, and get it on after halftime. Wrong. It was the second half of the game, and the host had music playing in the background.
Ugh,
Fact.
that's not the way I do it. I turned the thing on to 100. You couldn't even hear yourself breathe. I had it on so loud. I want to be at the stadium. I want it to vibrate. Remember in the day when they had sense surround? You went to the movie theaters and the
Surround
sound?
Yeah.
and the chairs used to shake. You guys never had that experience, right?
Only in Disney World.
Only this day, yeah.
So I used to go to Fordham Road. I used to go to the movie theater, and that's where they opened up. And I saw Earthquake. Remember that movie, Earthquake? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the damn thing, and I'm like,
shaking.
I like this.
Now, do you happen to know Mahomes' father? Because he was a baseball
course.
player.
He pitched for the Mets. Of
Yeah,
course I know
okay,
him.
that's what I was going to say. And then
Absolutely, I
Mahomes
know.
was going to be a baseball player in college and all that stuff. And look, he became a quarterback.
Do you
a
know
football player.
he turned down playing baseball
Right.
because of it? Now, do you know there's a doctor that plays, I think, offensive or defensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs, the first doctor to play in the NFL in the Super Bowl?
Really?
There was so much going on in this Super Bowl because it's 100 years. They brought out the best of the best. Now, how were they going to get all 100 in there? The way they did it was they grouped it. Do you know that I watched most of those guys play, if not all?
Really? Wow.
All of them.
Interesting.
All of those Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers.
Mm.
It was
watch them
probably
all
a
play.
great event at the Betsy. It was cold and rainy, but
Had to
I'm sure it was
be.
a great event.
You talk about throwback. That's one of the reasons that I love our new contract here with them, because this is about the throwbackville, and we're going to throw it back, and we're going to use them because they have a magazine concept like you ain't never seen, and I want to go on that deal as well. So
Yeah, I want to know what Gene did during the Super Bowl because for some reason his legs hurting him.
I want to know why Gene's holding on to a pair of headphones that seem to be
Those
broken.
headphones look Teddy
I know.
Are they broken?
Right now.
Are those broken?
broken.
They're falling apart now.
It's just hanging there.
I'm a hanging.
We got to get some new headphones. Poor
broken.
Gene, he's got his bag strapped to his front.
But
You know, Gene, you could take your bags off you if you want to stay a little bit.
honestly, I can't. To be honest with you, when
He
I
has the
put it
memory
on,
cards for these shows from last
that what
week.
it
It's on.
So what you do for the Super Bowl?
I scored 81 points Saturday night, and I kind of twisted my ankle, so my Super Bowl
Oh,
was
playing basketball?
pretty light.
You were playing basketball during the Super
I
Bowl?
call it a basketball injury, but it's not though.
Who were you playing against
I
yourself?
wasn't playing basketball. I'm just saying it.
What
as
the
a-
hell were you doing? Never mind. I don't mind.
He scored 81 points is all we know.
He watched the halftime show. He was scoring points, baby.
Yeah, we're not going to go
Mia,
there.
did you work or you watch the game?
I was working.
Get help, Mike.
How was the bar on Super Bowl in Delray Beach?
Where were you working?
I work at Burton Max's. It was very slow.
Really?
We won't put the sound on, and we weren't allowed to put on the sound, but I don't even care about football. But once that halftime show came on, I was like, I'm blasting it. I don't care.
Oh, you put the sound on?
Yeah, people were ordering drinks, like the service drinks, and I was like, they'll have to wait. Shakira's on.
So who'd you like better? Or you can't compare?
I love both of them, but I love Shakira just because her dancing, like her hip dancing, and I feel like she's so true to her culture and everything. I love her.
Now, Shakira also is. So you think you can sing whatever the Americans
You
show?
think you can dance?
No, the show with the she's a coach and
Is she?
yeah, the music, yeah. So she, you know, it's really yes,
Oh,
the
Shakira's
voice.
on The Voice? I
The
didn't
Voice.
realize that.
She
And
was.
Shakira, I wanted to see because if she's teaching people how to be, now not for nothing, but J Lo at the end, and then she got a little hoarse. She was losing her voice there towards the very end. It was tough, and you could see when she said goodbye, J Lo didn't seem happy. It looked like she knows she left something on the stage. But listen, what are you gonna do? It's a tough gig.
It's a live performance. Did you see I posted one of J-Lo's things yesterday on social media?
What's your post?
It was a whole thing that, did you see it at Gold Coast? They review, and it's edited. You don't know really what's true or not, but how everyone gave her such a hard time in the industry. That she couldn't sing, that she couldn't dance, that she was just a body, that she wasn't going to be famous. She was riding the coattails of her boyfriends, fiancés, and
Every
how she
DJ
just
in the
kept,
Bronx.
how she just kept going, and how she really had some down moments, but you just got to live your dream and keep going.
Jenny from the block.
If you go on her, there's an app called TikTok, and if you go on, she has an account, and she's now posting all the videos that she had made leading up to the Super Bowl. So she's posting her going to the rehearsals, her going to the gym. She had a personal trainer for it, all that. So you can see cool behind the scenes on that account.
Oh, I should go on TikTok. I've never been on,
Yes, you have. We did a TikTok down at the game
but
place.
I've never seen it. That was
You
on
didn't
Mia's.
see that? I saw it.
That was different Mia.
We were doing the crazy stuff. Now, you know, Jenny from the block, when she was on East Tremont in the Bronx, everybody knew Jenny.
Did you know her?
Yeah, I knew her. I didn't know her like I know him, but everybody knew Jenny. And she used to hang out with different people, and she was, you know, she was a somebody in the day because she used to hang out with people that were DJs and everything else and trying to get in the music
I tell
industry.
you, 50 years old, and she is spectacular.
She married Mark Anthony and divorced him and married him again and divorced him. Now she was at A-Rod.
A-Rod.
And it was A-Rod.
Cute in the audience.
A-Rod, when Kobe died, A-Rod came crying to her hysterically. She thought something was wrong. And he says, Kobe just died. I didn't know that him and A-Rod were so close. And he says, can you do something? And she's the one that came out with the crucifix. Because remember, the NFL only gives you but so much leeway.
Someone was telling me a story about Jimmy Fallon met Kobe Bryant when they were both starting out their career together. And Kobe had just signed, and Jimmy Fallon was like a 20-year-old comedian just starting stand-up, and they just became friends at a party. Apparently, Kobe wasn't even old enough to get beer. Like 17 years old,
Jimmy
right?
gave him a beer?
Well, he went to the liquor store and he said, I got to buy beer and go to a party. And then he showed him that he had just signed, and like, oh my gosh, you're with the Lakers and all this stuff. But I mean, think about that friendship going way back.
There's a lot of stories that are coming now about Kobe and everything else that's happening, and a lot of it is tremendous, you know. And again, what a way to end the year, you know. Was it this year or last year?
Which
The death.
Kobe Bryant was
Yeah.
last week.
The death.
Yeah.
Last
So,
week.
so what a way to
2020.
start. What a way to start the year.
10
You
days
know, and
ago.
yesterday was a palindrome.
What the hell is that?
It's the same forward as backwards. It's 02/02/2020, and if you do it backwards and forwards, it was 02/02/2020. It was the first palindrome in like a crazy
4,000
amount of
years.
years, like 900 years or something.
You know,
crazy.
only you
So I
would
don't
know that, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like a walking
It's all over social
palindrome.
media. I am a
I only
walking
know
palindrome.
Palisades. Remember Palisades? You ever in New York?
No.
Yeah, in New York, Palisades amusement park.
Yes.
Remember
Parkway?
Palisades?
Palisades Parkway?
Palisades amusement park wasn't in New York. It was in New Jersey. So you don't know.
I don't know. All I know is the
It was
name.
in Jersey. I got lost in Palisades when I was 4. Cop put me on his shoulder and walked me the whole park. No, they cut it. They broke it down. But it
All right,
was
Mia,
the
we're going to go to
place.
commercial break. When we come back, we're
Are
going
we
to keep
going?
our conversation. Yeah, may
Yeah,
as
we
well.
going to commercial break?
When we come back, we're going to talk more about what's going on, our weekend review, and get ready for our 1 o'clock hour. So stay tuned. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? and you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself, give yourself the chance to be heard, and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee, and it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show on a Monday wrap-up show. You know what we didn't talk about?
What you call it? Wrap-up show?
Wrap-up of the week before. This bottle of Kakadu Ridge that is signed by Benny Blades.
That's so funny.
We got this.
Cockadoo!
We received this as a gift, as being a sponsor for the Benny Blades Foundation event on the Superfest Gala, signed by Benny Blades himself. We actually have 2 bottles in
Yes,
the
because
studio.
I bid and won the second bid.
You bid, and they gave
$51.
us one. You weren't there to accept the winning, so I accepted it on behalf of both
I
of
didn't
us.
even know they were giving it to
I
us.
didn't either. So thank you so much from Dana and Bernard of Superfest Gala ESMG events. So my bottle we're going to drink.
My bottle
Freddie's
went
bottle
out.
he's going to marry. So
Yes. That's what you
all
do.
I
You
can
marry
tell
the
you.
wine or you drink the wine.
And I say, you know what? One day we're going to celebrate and open this up, and
What day is that going to be done?
we'll see.
I bet you end up marrying that bottle too, because every day is a special day.
Every day is a special day. So again, thank you to that. We got to try that. It's called a Black Shiraz because Benny Blade says he is the original Black Shiraz. So it was great.
What the hell
we
is
tried
a
it.
Shiraz?
We drank it on Thursday.
What is that? What's a Shiraz? He's the original. What is
It's
he?
a dark,
What is
deep
it? Dark,
red.
what is he? A deep grape?
A deep red wine.
Is that what he is? Deep
I'm
red
not
wine?
going there with what he is or not is.
I gotta
I'm
bring
just
him up here
saying
and
that's
ask him
what he says.
what the hell that means.
But I'm excited to be launching a new show with the Blaze Brothers. We're going to be working on that out of our studio, working with Nostalgic America. So much to do. Football. It's just, Teddy's hilarious is all I can tell you.
Listen,
Oh, that one's grape juice. We got to open another one. I don't like grape juice so much.
Do we have other cups?
Yeah, we have other cups as well. So what's happening with Fuego?
Fuego, fantastic. I'm so excited. Sylvia G,
Are you
I'm getting
excited?
feedbacks. Yeah, I'm always excited. I'm getting feedbacks already about the show, how the show is really information, but also education. We had a great guest, Monica. She spoke about first-time home buyers, the pros and cons, and what you should be aware of it. So that's the opportunity that we have here at Fuego with the Brooklyn Cafe. Thank you, because Sylvia is very energetic about this. Mia did a fantastic job. The team did a fantastic job about this. The show, we began with 30 minutes, but this took 42 minutes today.
Did you guys talk about the Super Bowl?
Oh, that's probably half of the show about Shakira. Remember, Sylvia is from where Shakira is from, Barranquilla, Colombia. And the
Same
dances-
town?
Not same town, but same city.
Okay.
Barranquilla, Colombia, which is the north coast of Colombia. And she's very excited about this. So we spoke about Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, the dance and the rhythms, and how the Latin music, of course, we are in Miami, Florida, so how the Latin music overpower the entire event. And she had actually tears, and she told us for the next show, she introduced a word that I didn't know about the Latin music, Colombian, and she says she's going to do on the next show. So make sure next show she's going to dance a little bit of that Latin rhythm with the hips.
Sylvia
and
is?
stuff. Sylvia is.
It
Sylvia can
definitely set
dance.
the stage. Yes, she can.
You know, it's funny that you say tears. I had a tear this morning when I saw that the coach from the Kansas City Chiefs had been chasing that trophy for 50 years
With different teams too.
with different teams, but it always evaded him. And here I am, 57 years old, and I said, my God, this guy has been chasing this trophy all my life. I said, my God, I'm glad he won, because nobody should go through. You know what it is to always lose, right? He lost to the Patriots and never get there. 50 years, man, that's a long
Yeah,
time.
he was with Green Bay, with the Washington Redskins, with the Eagles, and now.
And they all
look at
lost when he was there.
So here's my question. This is what I posed because I watch the commercials without sound. J-Lo or Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Who the hell's Wonder Woman?
Gal Gadot.
Who?
Gal Gadot.
She's speaking English?
Does no one know who? Teddy.
Does anybody know what she's talking
J-Lo
about? Is this
or
like a
Wonder
foreign
Woman?
language?
What do you think? J-Lo or Wonder Woman?
What is
Gal Gadot's amazing.
Thank you very much.
Gal
The
Gadot.
whole thing pregnant.
Gal Gadot is
Amazing,
pregnant?
right? So she had a Super Bowl
Wonder
commercial.
Woman pregnant.
She filmed all of Wonder Woman
Who
pregnant.
the hell's Gal Gadot?
Did you not see Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
She is this 5'10" Israeli superhero. She is
I saw the
spectacular
movie.
and sexy. Okay.
Okay.
So she did a commercial right after halftime. So we go from
I
Shakira
missed it. I
and
missed it.
J Lo to Gal Gadot. You talk about timing of powerful women. She's Wonder Woman. She jumps into this Tide commercial. I don't know what Tide commercial even talked about, but you talk branding. There were Tide Pods and Wonder Woman. So maybe Wonder Woman does laundry. I don't know, but that was the question
So
of
you're
my day.
comparing
I
J-Lo
can't
to
compare,
Wonder
but
Woman?
you talk about three powerhouse superhero women.
J-Lo all the
Boom.
way. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. The only thing I saw on Tide, which they did for the whole show, was remember she put schmutz on the guy's white jacket. It was an actor. And at the end, he cleaned it. And he says, I don't care how long it takes, I'm going to find something to clean this. And clean it with Tide. And she went, good job, and she put mustard on it. Oh, no! It was
Speaking of that, do you
hilarious.
think the commercials in this Super Bowl were as effective,
No.
as powerful as
No.
previous years?
I don't think so.
I don't
Do
think
you?
so either. I'm glad
Now,
that
do you know
hasn't
how
been.
much each commercial, 30 seconds, costs?
What?
5.6 million.
For 30 seconds, one commercial. Oh, $11 million per minute, yeah.
Well, or you can just work with us at the Brooklyn Cafe show. We'll save you a boatload of money.
That's right. We'll only charge you 5.2 million.
Yeah, but the commercials, honestly, they were not as powerful as previous years, either Budweiser or any other McDonald's, etc. They were not as powerful, and I didn't see anything like, wow, laughing, so.
Well, they've
the
thought of
directors-
everything. I don't think there's anything left if you think about it. Which was the best commercial you remember? Anybody remember
Wonder
one?
Woman.
That's you. I didn't even see it.
Wonder Woman.
Snoozer.
And I
Wait till
mentioned,
I open a closet here for capes.
I mentioned on El Fuego earlier the production of the 100-year celebration of the NFL. And they recorded this boy through the streets and meeting a lot of the NFL
Yes.
stars. And then he's introduced
Yes.
at the stadium. To me, that was a powerful
That
Oh, I
was.
want to watch. I got to find
The
that
kid,
on YouTube.
the kid grew
Yes.
up in the streets and
Yes.
he had no father, no mother, and then and then he ends up with a helmet. Looks like he's going to play for the Raiders.
Yes.
And then they switched to the 100 years. I saw that was powerful. Also, the commercial that talked about the guy that was killed here in West Palm Beach,
Oh, that was terrible.
and the NFL had to get in there so they could fence them, mend the fences between the police department and the NFL. I thought that was powerful as well. But which one did you think was the funniest? Which one? What do you got? It's a good thing you don't like sports.
I know, I like the commercials the best. The best one was the one where he's the cowboy. He's the famous guy. What's the old guy's name? He's the famous cowboy.
Old guy's name.
And he's
The
in
black
that-
cowboy?
He's probably
No,
my
he-
age.
He's
The guy with the song?
Actor.
I wish I remembered his name.
Oh, with
But
the
he comes in-
mustache.
yes, and he has the mustache.
He makes it dance.
And then he goes in and he's singing the little Nas songs, but he's just talking all the words. I don't even remember what brand it was for either. That's the worst part, is I don't even know what it was about.
He was in the movie Star. A Star is Born. He was the
Stars
brother.
That's what I know
He
him for.
talks like he was in that commercial. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the mustache thing because they kept playing.
And
that
what was the
stupid-
commercial where the guy sits down and he takes his wig off?
That's the
Nicole
guy
Arden.
that was
Yeah.
in the
Well,
in
I don't even know what the
Aquarius.
commercial was. Did you see that too?
I saw it. That
Now-
was what I was going to say was the funniest.
That's what you remember because the big strong guy at the beginning of that commercial was in Aquaman.
Yeah.
Remember Aquaman?
And he was in Game of Thrones, Khal Drogo.
That guy. And all of a sudden he starts taking the makeup off and
Right.
it's this puny guy that can't even lift 10 pounds.
Momoa?
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
That was funny.
That's
See?
him.
I would see that's a good one.
That was a good one too.
But there weren't very many.
Not powerful. Something that you can remember actors. So something that is really, they say, the best commercial.
They
so.
pointed out the one that they did in Boston with those guys in the car, and I didn't think that was good at all. I don't even remember what it was.
But it was a great Super Bowl.
Yes.
It was a spectacular halftime show. Miami, you brought it. Proud to call this our hometown.
It's really funny because Kansas City won, and they had the Hall of Fame quarterback from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not going to say his name, but he has said that Mahomes wasn't going to get away with this nonsense of running. Mahomes plays kid football. You ever seen your kids play in the street? Because I coach those kids, and he throws sidearm,
Yeah.
he runs, he does the rope-a-dope. You remember the play? That play I found out today at a meeting, the play where they all turned around and they moved to the right, and they gave it to the running back and scored. That's a 1958 play that they came out
I
with
did see that.
from
In the
yesteryear,
day. Wow.
and they used it. But you should have seen what the people from Kansas City were saying. This is, if they had kept this up, they would have won. We didn't know who had the ball
And
with all the
something happened.
misdirection. They ran out of plays. They changed the philosophy in the last 6 minutes. Man, it takes
You got to keep going.
Consistency.
a whole damn game to win.
You
Don't
gotta
think you got it.
All right, we're going to go to commercial break, switch over to our 1 o'clock hour as we segue into our Kids Network. I'm excited. We have an author. We're going to be teaching some vegan food choices.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I got lots of vegan to talk to you.
I
I'm
know.
going to tell you how to celebrate the Super Bowl on vegan, baby, because it is possible.
Karen is Sharon, so please share our show out. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Hello.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for, and why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events that they might have coming up.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Did I throw you off with a little number?
You just made her smile even more.
She said, wait a minute, where am I going?
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Wow, what a Monday. Kind of just catching our breath after a fantastic week. It is already February 3rd. Big shout out to Mom. Happy birthday. Today
You know,
is my
your mother's
mother's
not here.
70-something birthday. I can't tell you what it is.
70-something.
70-something today is her big birthday. So happy birthday, Mom, to you.
That's
get
right,
her up
Mommy.
here
You're
one
supposed
day.
to be here. Your daughter was supposed to be here. Your mom was supposed to be here. A lot of people were supposed to be here.
They're not here, but next time she comes up, we'll have a little party for your mom. So happy birthday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We are here with Veronica Green, who we've never met, but I've been following Veronica and her superhero stories and her children's books. Veronica was introduced to us through Jeannie from the Children's Garden in Delray Beach.
I remember that day.
Remember we went there? That was
Yeah,
the
I
day
melted.
before we moved. We melted. It was Halloween.
112 degrees in the sun.
Only in Florida is Halloween
And kids were
like
wearing
summer.
costumes.
She was a carrot. She was like a melted
She was a
carrot.
melted
You were
carrot.
there.
Carrot,
Did
yes,
you see? Oh
yes.
my God. Well, you saw us there maybe.
Yeah, I did.
She was a melted carrot.
Yes.
I never seen quite anything like that.
It was the Wizard of Oz day, so I was Dorothy, and I went out there and I said to you, I'm hot. I'm melting.
You were, that's right, you were.
It was so
Everybody
hot.
said, who's the strange broad over there? I have no idea who she is.
You were an adorable Dorothy.
Well, thank you. We didn't get, I guess maybe we met you, but then she sent me your information on this. And I'm really excited because we are launching our Kids Network. It launched 2 weeks ago. They are coming in today, Kids and Capes, to do their next episode. So maybe they'll be here before you leave. If not, we'll make the connection. And tell us about Veggie Vero.
So first of all, thank you for having me. I'm so honored
Thank
to
you
be
for
here.
being here.
Veggie Vero is my little vegan superhero that I created as a way to promote plant-based living for children and empower little vegans to talk about their lifestyle and be proud of it and share the light, spread the word.
You have, what, 6 books?
So I have 4 Veggie Vero books. It's a series of 4. I'm actually working on the 5th one now. And in each story, she rescues a different animal and she goes on a different adventure and teaches about compassion towards that specific animal. And then I also have 2 kind of side projects that I did, which are separate from Veggie Vero, but they're also very powerful messages. One is about recycling and reducing our use of plastics. and the other one is called Little Yogi Journey, and it's just like a rhyming book that takes kids through a very easy yoga flow, and it's just a mindfulness and meditative type of thing.
Which was the first Veggie Vero? I'm looking at this Little Yoga Journey book. Mindful Flow. Wow, look at that. Touch your toes, reach up to the sky. It's about, this is so cute. Take a seat in your invisible chair. Freddie, I think this is a great way for you to start yoga. Let's pretend we're ready to run. Now back. Wow, amazing. Back your knee down and touch the sun. Now it's time to be a frog. Pretend you're napping on a log. This is so unbelievably cute.
So it makes it really just easy for kids to follow along and fun because it's a poem, because it rhymes. I have parents reach out to me all the time on social media and they're, oh, we were doing your book for this morning or before bed last night. Like, it's just such a fun thing to do with your child.
Oh my gosh, I would love, and I'm not even a teacher anymore, but back in the day, to incorporate this in the schools for their meditation time, because they can do this anywhere. They can just stand up at the side of their desk and do this.
Absolutely. And a lot of schools are now incorporating yoga or meditative things into their morning practices because it is so healthy for kids.
And tell me about your first book.
So my very first book was The Adventures of Veggie Vero and the Sandwich Imposter, it's called. So this was book number 1. When I first wrote this, I kind of didn't really know what I was doing. Like, I had never written a book, first of all, and I was very newly vegan myself. So I was pescatarian. I was eating fish and dairy still, but I had cut like red meat out of my diet. So I thought, I just had it all figured out. I was like, oh my goodness, I was on this health kick. And I said, you know what? I'm going to create a book about a superhero that rescues the animals and teaches kids about eating their vegetables.
How'd you even come up with the idea, though, to do this? Were you an author before?
No, I've been writing since I was a little girl. I've been writing short stories and poems since I was probably 8 years old. But this is my first time trying to, do it professionally. So anyways, I wanted to write this story about, to kind of get kids to eat their veggies type of thing. But as I started to do research online and really dive into like nutrition for children and things like that, I started to stumble across all of these vegan things and what these animals really go through and the horror of the dairy industry and just all of these things I didn't know. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even want to. I want to become vegan now, and I think I want Veggie Vero to be vegan too. So the whole idea of Veggie Vero transformed from just getting your kids to eat their veggies to now into actually a plant-based vegan superhero who teaches kids compassion and really spreads the word about veganism. So Veggie Vero became vegan along with me.
So let me ask. So every of the books are all about being vegan and saving the planet?
It's about rescuing the animals and teaching kids about plant-based alternatives to the foods they are already enjoying. So like, for example, in the first book, the pigs in the story are, they smell ham sandwiches. And nobody would eat a ham sandwich in Kalesville, right? Look at how upset they are. And so they go
especially the pig.
Yeah. They're like, come on, who's eating my cousin in the sandwich? So they go on this adventure, and they find this little boy who's reading, and he's eating his sandwich under the tree. And she's like, I heard that there was an imposter in Kalesville eating ham sandwiches. And the boy's like, I'm not an imposter. I'm just a hungry traveler passing through town. So we're not trying to like demonize the person that's eating meat.
Right.
It's about educating them. So Veggie Vero takes the little boy to the sanctuary, and he gets to meet her animal friends, and she teaches him all about how smart pigs are, how loving and gentle they are. And then she gives him a veggie sandwich instead and says, here, try this. And this is the best thing I ever tasted. I guess I don't have to eat ham sandwiches anymore. So it's very sweet.
This reminds me of the book of Stone Soup, which I know you've never read the book.
No.
But
I ate stone soup. I was stoned and I ate it.
Well, this one talks about chicken soup and how it became vegetable soup.
Yeah.
It's not the soup, it's the education of what's in it, right? It's about bringing the community together and educating people.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because when I decided to try, we used to do a segment called Just a Little Vegan, which means be vegan for one day, hopefully turn to 2, turn to 3, and yada, yada, yada. So I used to bring home vegan things, and people used to laugh at me. They used to say, because it was raw vegan. Now there's raw vegan, and there's cooked vegan.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the cooked vegan thing now, but it's not only about the animals, because that's the next thing they're throwing at me. Because I wasn't talking about animal skins. I'm not talking about that. I'm a diabetic. On her birthday 4 years ago, unfortunately, I had a very bad incident. I shouldn't even be here right now, okay? Because they said, Freddie, you're checked out, you're done. I'm not done yet. This has changed the game. What was the name of the movie I saw?
Game Changers.
I was going to bring that up. Everybody should watch Game Changers on Netflix. If you haven't already, whether or not you eat meat, watch Game Changers. It's
Although
all
I
about the
have heard-
health aspect.
I have heard that some of that has some questionable
Yes, everything
things
has
to
questionable.
it. When you if you ever spin down blood, if you ever seen a centrifuge and you spun down the blood, it's never separated. It always spins together. You never see it look like oil and vinegar. So I'm not questioning it. I haven't seen it. I'm just saying this is what I've been told.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care if you spit it or not spin it. I've been a diabetic here in Florida for 4 years.
It has changed your life. There is no doubt.
Not only changed my life, inflammation in my body. This is where we're going. Because if I had done this 4 years ago, maybe I would get the feel back in my feet. Maybe my hands wouldn't hurt no more like they don't. Maybe yesterday watching the Super Bowl, I was like, oh my God, where's my hot dog? And I still have vegan hot dog and hamburger and all these beautiful dishes that are vegan, plant-based. Let's say plant-based.
Yeah.
And my God, I feel fantastic. So I don't care who spins what. I don't care who defines this. I've been chasing this lack of pain for years. And I've come times that I've come into studio, I didn't want to do the show. I was hurting. Okay, so the book for children is the missing ingredient right now because you're going to get them young.
There's not a lot of literature for
None.
kids about where their food is coming from. See, that's the other aspect of it. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, well, can you're forcing kids to be vegan? It's not right to force your kid to be vegan." But if you look at it from the opposite perspective, if you're eating meat and you're feeding meat to your child, you're forcing your kid to eat something that they don't have any idea what it took to get to their plate. Maybe if they knew the whole story, they wouldn't want to eat it. So I think presenting veganism to kids is giving them that option to make the choice, to make an educated choice. I know parents who have said, you know what, I'm not fully vegan, but when I told my kids, this chicken that you're eating is like the chickens that we saw at when we visited such and such farm, that's what this is. When they understood and made that connection, they said, Mommy, I don't want to eat it. I love the chicken. I hugged the chicken. The chicken gave me kisses. I don't want to eat it, and I'm going to respect that choice. And now I'm looking into plant-based, protein for my kid and stuff like that, and do it as a family.
Well, let me ask you that.
I had a plant-based chicken nugget.
What is plant-based protein? Because that's the hardest thing, at least for me, when I was
I need to
trying
ask
do
you
it.
guys a question
Yeah.
about that. Because I noticed that certain foods have 10, 12, 14. How much protein is enough protein? I think I'm over protein
You probably
Well,
because I'm trying to digest so much protein.
It's hard because you get so many mixed signals. I mean, you hear so many different things from everyone who claims to be a professional. I have heard that actually protein is actually overrated. Everyone thinks that it's like the big thing that we need, but it's actually it's not more important than calcium or iron. It's just another protein
You
that we
need
need.
those too.
That we need, right.
But how much protein should you be ingesting?
It's a percentage of your body weight.
So how much is a 194 per pound person supposed to ingest? 19%, 90%, 190%?
It's a good question because everyone has the sliding scale of it. We'll have
So
to look
why
it
is
up.
it when I cut a steak, that's the protein you need?
They always say the size of the palm of your hand, but it's different when it's plant-based because we didn't take a palm full of
Protein.
chickpeas.
Well, there's a lot
You know
of
what I'm
different.
saying? So
Yeah,
it's
no,
different as you say, all right,
I hear you.
3 ounce serving of chicken or beef as protein. Now you're looking plant-based and it's different. The density is different.
Well, you're not going to
The beans
suffer
are
from too
different.
much protein. You can never have too much. I mean,
That's just it.
there's some superfoods that I will bring up because it's whether or not you eat meat. If you incorporate chia seeds, which you mentioned earlier, into your diet, oh my gosh, you will be getting more than enough
best.
protein. Chia seeds are a superfood. They're
Really?
super full of protein.
And they say you put it with blueberries and that
They
brown
will
stuff.
make you probably go to the
So
bathroom.
what? Everything makes me go to the
So
bathroom.
I'm
Look,
just saying, just be
look, let me-
prepared for
let me-
eating
let
them
me
for
show you
breakfast
something.
and you come here.
Let me show you something.
the chia seeds.
I want to go to the bathroom. A diabetic that doesn't go to the bathroom is in trouble. You ever seen a diabetic walk and his belly comes into the room before he does?
Yes.
And you know why that happens? Gut leakage. And that is
Yeah.
that is the problem with diabetes. What are you looking at me for?
I'm just impressed. This has been a journey we've been on for 4 years.
That-
and look at you teaching.
That chia seed with almond milk and a couple of other ingredients. Oh my goodness!
But not just with the
gracious.
almond milk. I mean, you can sprinkle it in your salads. You can put it in your oatmeal. I just had it in my oatmeal this morning.
Oat milk.
Oatmeal, oatmeal.
Oat milk. Oat milk. You know, I like milk.
Yes, oat
but I
milk.
can't drink milk.
Yeah.
So I do oats, and that thing has gotten expensive, like $6 a can. What the hell, man?
As you know what's going to make you? Not drink the milk.
No, I drink it. Now, I was going to tell you, when I was raising my boys, I used to go to McDonald's and get them chicken McNuggets, right? Which was created in Kansas City, by the way.
Oh my God, it's just filled
And it
with
was very convenient. Convenience is the
Convenience,
most,
yeah.
is the best form of destroying the human body. Convenience. Because you feed your kids pizza, and chicken nuggets, and burgers because you don't have enough time to cook.
And it's okay if they're okay quality. It's when they're not so good quality that it's not so
A chicken
good.
nugget is never going to be okay quality. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, the human intestine is it's like, I forget the exact number, but it's incredibly long.
Yes.
It's super
22
long.
feet.
22 feet.
And you know why God did that, right? To
Why?
feed the brain.
To feed the brain?
So don't tell me there's not a link between your colon and Alzheimer's.
Gut health is first, always.
But
In
if our
everything.
intestines are that long, it takes, imagine the meat, no matter how good the quality is, trying to travel all that way. They've done studies where the autopsies, they open up and found pieces of decades-old steak.
Okay,
stuck
take it easy.
in-
This is a midday show.
I'm telling you.
Decades old. You got decade-old steak in your belly, buddy.
Because it didn't pass through or whatever, but plants are absorbed by the body so much easier is my whole point. You know, they pass through much easier.
I have learned so much. I am now. Now, let me tell you a story. I go to Publix, and I could not find these seeds. What's it called again?
The
Chia.
chia
I
seeds.
couldn't find them. So I know there's this lady, and she walks around. She looks like a yoga instructor. They're all 5 foot of her. So I said to her, "Excuse me, can you help me find chia seeds?" This woman, she went through the whole store, and she found them, and I bought them. I said, "Would you like me to give you some? If I'm gonna, oh, you're going to put them in milk?" Blah, blah, blah. And she tells me the recipe. Watch out now. Watch out. It is delicious, and I am very finicky with food. If it don't taste good, I ain't eating.
You're
But
so
that's not
funny.
the only source of plant-based protein. That's
Oh,
just
no,
one
no, no.
example. You have lentils, you have tofu, you have any type of bean, chickpeas.
Tofu.
You have quinoa is huge.
I don't like
protein.
quinoa, but you know, maybe I shouldn't say that because I went to BurgerFi, where they have the new.
Quinoa burgers, yes.
They got 2 different type of burgers. They
Yeah.
got the fry and the broil, right? The
They've got
thing
the
is,
pea protein and they've got the veggie.
but the thing is a saturated fat.
Mm-hmm.
One is 11%, the other one is 0. So which one do you think I'm gonna have? 0. And I said, give me the worst you got, I'm gonna eat it. It is freaking delicious. There must be something wrong with me. Maybe it's because I'm not eating the chicken and the beef and all that no more.
It's changed your taste buds.
It has. Everything tastes delicious. They have meatballs that are made of chicken peas. Delicious. The sauce. What's the name of the actor? Paul Newman? Paul Newman sauce? The pasta sauce? Is it Paul Newman
It's like
sauce?
lunchtime with Freddie.
You gotta try this Paul Newman sauce. And he doesn't keep any of the money. He gives it to $550 million he's giving away in this sauce. So I put it with the meatballs. You gotta try this.
Good.
Baby. Oh my goodness gracious. Ain't nothing
Getting
on that.
hungry just sitting here.
Freddie wants lunch. If you're a vegan restaurant, you want to share some food recipes or some lunch, bring it over to the Brooklyn Cafe.
Well, Mama Ali was here. Muhammad
Yes.
Ali's former wife was here. She introduced a gentleman who was going to do vegan for us, and I called it Mama's Deli. Why not? It is. We got to get to the young kids. We got to let them understand. Like kale, is that what it's called?
Kale.
Sucks. I'm sorry. It's just the worst thing I've ever eaten. Guys should never have created kale, but it's good for you. So if you put it in a salad, also peanut oil. Peanut oil? No, sesame, pumpkin seed oil. You ever had pumpkin seed oil?
I don't know that I have. Pumpkin seed oil.
Coming in from Israel. No, coming in from Europe.
Really?
Brand new. Guy called me up. He wants to come. You know, I think he was supposed to come today. He wants to come and bring it. Very expensive. But I put it on a salad, a little dribble.
I'm wondering where my partner went. If you have seen my partner, Freddie Santori, please send him back. I think we're going to put an MIA out because I don't know who this man is over here.
I'm going to tell you, in this book, we are going to put a coupon or a recipe inside of this for your kids?
There's a recipe, yeah. At the end of each book, there's a recipe.
This chick knows what she's talking about. I'm going to tell you got to get them young. You got to get them started.
Let's go to commercial break. When we come back, let's go through
She's
the
amazed.
books of Veggie Vero. You're
You're
impressed?
amazed.
I'm amazed?
You're amazed.
By you?
Yeah.
Pretty much. You've left
She
me
tried for
speechless.
years to switch my... I used to be in a Freddie diet. Freddie seafood diet. Seafood, you eat it.
Seafood? Okay.
No, see
you
it?
eat
I
it.
ate it. Didn't matter what it was. It used to drip down my arms, the burgers, the
my
hot dogs. Remember that?
Ketchup on your eggs. You name it, he ate it. Absolutely.
That's good stuff.
Let's go to commercial break. I give you the phone number, 888-994-4995. Let's see if Gene can figure this out.
All right, here we
Give
go.
us a call, and we'll be right back.
If you have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great, outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
Sometimes you need to shake things up a bit, to be a little adventurous, to make your meals pop. Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters has that special ingredient. That little bit of adventure in a bottle to take your dinner to the next level. So take a leap and try one of Don Pablo's fresh roasted specialty coffee meat rubs on your beef, chicken, or pork. You'll never go back to boring again. Go ahead, rub it on your meat.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
You have left me speechless, my friend, my partner, for all these years. I am so, I can't say so proud of you because it sounds like a mom thing to say, but I'm really so proud of everything that you've accomplished, and it's going on 3 years because, yes, it's approaching 53 years old that I'm going to be next month. Just saying, but I'm so proud of you for everything you've tried.
I hate it
and
when you
done
do
and
that.
What, the 53?
Yeah, because that means I have a birthday coming too. I don't even want to tell you how old I am.
I know how old you're going to be. You're a few years older than me.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But we talked about J-Lo being 50 and being spectacular. You are healthier now than you were when you were 50.
Yes.
Because I met you right about that time. Think about it, right? And now you teach. You teach what you've learned, and we've been on this journey of good health, and now you're plant-based.
Well, I'm a walking book. You write books for kids, and I applaud that because you're getting to them young. I wish this was still back in the day when me and DJ were around. I wish this was around to educate because I was a football coach. I used to coach 7 through 21 in different groups and stuff. And health and nutrition is vital. What you put in your mouth is very, very important. I'm drinking coffee now with absolutely no sugar. Not Trivia, not Spiria, not Libya, none of that.
Again, he's so politically correct.
But you know why?
Yes, you're still here. He has not left the building.
You know why?
Why?
Because I was told a year
Made with
ago.
chlorine, yes.
No, chlorine is one. And the other thing is that you feed cancer with sugar, even sugar substitutes. And I was told, because I have a lady by the name of Jeanette. Ooh, Jeanette's commercial. Did I show it to you? I have to put it up there. Jeanette uses a microscope to show you what's going on in your blood. You cannot hide what's going on in your blood. And I have a problem. I have free radicals that are eating up cells. And you got to watch that because that becomes cancerous. Mm-hmm. So that's why I went to this the seeds.
Yeah.
Because it eats up the radicals.
Do you remember I used to eat that at the French bakery, and you'd look at me and you went, ooh.
I have to apologize to you on the air. I really do. With all things, all BS aside, I got to apologize. Because I remember 4.5 years when you came on, you told me change your diet, I laughed at you. I said, yeah, don't worry about it. I got this. And it almost killed me. And thanks to you and the 21 other coaches and people like our author here today, it gives me a chance. It gives me a chance. It doesn't change your life because you can still choose the wrong things, but I got a choice. And I got a chance. And I think that's what your books do. It gives you a chance.
That's exactly what it is. It's about giving them the opportunity to make their own choice.
I'm
if
all
you
in
don't
on
know,
that, yeah.
Look at the very first page on every single one of my Veggie Vero books. All says the same sentence. All change begins with knowledge.
And that's fantastic.
If you don't know, you can't change.
And at the end, you've got recipes. So for 4 years, I've wanted to do a cooking segment. No, I don't cook. So the recipe there that has more than 5 ingredients is a little overwhelming for me. So I'm going to ask you, can we cut down the ingredients to make that lentil loaf? Because the idea of it sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is a little intimidating.
To find tamari and tahini and all these things, I'll be like, oh my god.
When you're ready to do the cooking segment, call me back and we'll do some simple.
But I would love to do that and bring you in with our kids network, because not only do I love doing a cooking segment for us as adults and busy people who are always working, but to educate the kids to say, you know what, and I love them, but this one I love, the Battle of the Lunch Ladies. Can you imagine making a mini movie of the Battle of the Lunch Ladies of Eggplant Elementary School?
You're going to play a lunch lady?
The Lunch Lady, yes. Do you remember that skit? Lunch lady, yes.
Always be nice to your lunch lady, because when you're on the line, and Mia tell you, because she's laughing, they give you an extra serving.
But this is about teaching the lunch lady about being plant-based and trying it, and here's this incredible recipe.
Now, it
even has ketchup in it, Freddie.
Are you raw vegan? Or just vegan?
Not raw. Raw really means you don't eat anything processed whatsoever. Everything is just in its natural state, how it's grown from the earth. So I can't really claim to be a raw vegan.
They take it right off the ground, they wash it, and they put it in my mouth.
Because I do enjoy my veggie burgers and stir fries, and I cook things. Most raw vegans don't really even cook their food over a certain temperature. So I haven't gone down that route, although that's probably incredibly healthy, but
all these books.
I like my cooked food.
And do you get off the dairy? Did you get off the dairy?
Oh yeah.
There's so many dairy substitutes. I had cheese. Let me tell you something about vegan cheese.
This is so sad. The Diary of a Plastic Bottle.
This is a powerful book. Let me tell you.
I'm looking at the pictures. What happens when you drink the water bottle? We talk about this, and what happens to the plastic bottle over and over again? Recycle. Wow.
I'm glad you're here because we are introducing a new way to deliver water.
In our studio,
In our
because
studio.
it's ridiculous the amount of plastic water bottles
We
we're going
are
through.
single-handedly destroying the universe
And
with
it's
all
quite
the amount of
upsetting to me,
bottles here.
yes.
Well, so I went to this deal. It's going to take a little bit more work because we have to fill it and da. But I think this is a good solution. I think it's a good resolution.
I agree.
So there'll be water out in where the coffee is, and
I think
just.
if we put a filter on our tap water,
I'm not doing that
why?
because the water in Boca is recycled ocean water.
What are you
son.
filling that with?
I go to Publix,
Bottled
and they have
water.
time out. They have 7 filters
Yes.
on a machine, and they fill it for $1.80,
Okay.
5 gallons. And I fill all our waters there,
Okay.
and it tastes delicious. And it doesn't have chemicals because I called the company to make sure.
We have to be more environmentally conscious because now that we're in a bigger space and we talk about this all the time, we have more people. We're going through 50 water bottles a week.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's just criminal. It's just, there's no way around it. It's just killing our environment. And it starts with one.
And you know that water was in that bottle for 2 years before you open it, so it's full of.
And you're going to use it for 10 minutes, and then it's going to sit in a landfill for over 100 years.
Correct.
It takes over a century to decompose.
And we have a different problem in this country because China is no longer taking our garbage.
Yes.
So what are we doing with it?
Sick.
You know what we're doing with it?
It's ending up in landfill. So even when you're recycling, it's still ending up in landfill. That's why if you really read this book, it's not so much telling the kids recycle. I mean, yes, recycle if you do end up with plastic, but it's really saying reduce your use of plastic altogether. Walk around with a reusable water bottle. When you go to places, I brought a little show and tell. I didn't know how in depth you wanted to get.
Oh, let's see what you
Oh, absolutely. Get out the bag. Now, there's a couple of things I want to bring up on side notes of this. We have the problem in China with the virus.
Yes.
And then we have the other problem in this country about immunization. I've done shows about pro and against and all that. But at the end of the day, we've created so much pollution. You need to be immunized against ourselves.
Right.
Right? So it isn't that we want to put immunization in kids, but I think that with all of the toxins, you ever notice how a cow can grow to be the size of a building? Because they wanted to feed 5,000 people. What do you think they're feeding it? It ain't grass.
Hormones.
They're feeding it stuff. The chickens. There was this
Grain.
thing. You keep eating chicken, and men were getting breasts.
Yeah.
Chicken breasts.
Man boobs.
Man boobs.
Man boobs.
Yes, there was a true thing.
I know.
I mean, what the hell is wrong with us?
But here's the amazing thing. This is what you teach as well, Veronica, is that I can't tell you for 4 years this is what's going on. You have to learn it when you're ready.
You never forced me.
Yeah.
But that's with anybody.
That's true.
It's even with your children. You can't tell them, you can only teach. You can only lead a horse to water, right? We
They
say all the
laugh.
time. You can't make them drink.
That's true, and that's been part of my journey, because when you kind of have this revelation, you just want to shove it down everyone's throat because you feel so passionate about it, but you realize that you can't. People have to accept it in their own time. Everyone's on their own journey.
But I would love to have some options, not choices, because there's a lot of choices, of how to be a little bit more plant-based, how to find those recipes, how to be able to have good food other than lettuce and tomato if you're going to be plant-based with chickpeas. That's my degree of cooking, right?
Right.
A salad with chickpeas, some lentils, and maybe some vegan cheese. You
Dawn,
can't eat that all
every
the
day.
time,
Dude,
right?
there's a whole world
There's a lot. There's
stuff.
a lot
what
of
I'm
people
saying.
think that vegans just exist on salad, and that's so far from true.
So far.
I mean, vegan tacos, wraps, deli sandwiches if you want a sandwich, vegan pizzas, vegan stir fry. The list
Sausage.
goes on and on and on. There's
Vegan
vegan
sausage.
sausage.
But
there's
it's
so
finding
much.
the products, and this is where I get a little wonky on it, without the preservatives, without that frozen
No,
stuff
they
that's going to
have
sit
it.
on the shelf for 10 years.
Time out. They have it. You have to eat it within 3 days.
So
The problem is
that's the important thing.
the
to
problem
me.
is
And
you're gonna
don't
have to go
forget,
shopping.
pasta and rice is also vegan.
Yes,
Yum.
that's why you have to be a little
brown
careful
rice
on
is
that
better for a
also.
diabetic. But then you have to eat it. Like I went down to Miami. I went down to Miami to get some ice cream. It was vegan. So I go down there, I get it, and the guy says, if you don't finish this in 3 days, you got to throw it away. I said, why? He said, it has no preservatives.
Yeah.
So all of a
That's the
sudden,
key.
there's a new layer to your responsibility
Yes.
and accountability. You got to eat it. So you can't buy enough food for a week.
Right.
You got to be smart.
Yeah. I'm at the grocery store
every day.
Well, not every day.
But every 3 or 4 days. It's not like stocking up,
every
right?
3 days. I don't do a big, huge grocery haul because if you do, it's most likely you're getting unhealthy things.
That's right. Nothing I have in my fridge lasts more than 3 days.
You know, it's time to call that pasta guy again.
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful. As a matter of fact, I had that the other day. The palms. It's fantastic.
Hearts
Vegan.
of pasta made of hearts of palm. Only hearts of palm.
Oh my
Delicious. And I use it with the sauce that I told you. Mr. Paul Newman.
Mr. Paul Newman.
So
It
let's
was
see what
vegan.
you got in your bag.
Okay, so this is my little show and tell, right? So just little things that is super easy switch that everyone can do to make a difference. I no longer use Ziploc bags. I have these little reusable ones. I use them over and over again. You wash them and just let them dry out. And
And where
reuse
do you
them.
get that? You make it?
Target.
Oh, Target.
I got this at Target. Yeah, and they make them in the sandwich size. This is the snack size, and they also have bigger ones if you want to freeze things.
Reusable for your kids. What a great way to pack school lunches.
So now I'm never buying Ziploc bags, which you're going to use one time, and then they're going to sit in a landfill or end up in our oceans, and a turtle's going to eat it.
You're right.
It's a big deal.
100%
It's a
right.
huge deal. When I go to places to get my on-the-go coffee or whatever, I get, whether it's iced or hot, I always have my reusable cup with me. So I'm no longer, using something once and
Okay,
throwing it away.
so now that you brought that up, we use these. I think these are recyclable, right? They're cardboard.
So paper is a lot better than plastic. Paper, because once it gets wet, it kind of breaks down and it starts to decompose. So paper is.
But do you have an
definitely better.
alternative to this? I know, but how am I going to give that to
We're going to
guests?
do a lot of washing of
You
dishes.
gotta wash the
Over
dishes.
1,200 guests a year.
No,
we're
I
gonna
mean, if
wash
you're
the
having
dishes?
a big party or something like that, you're gonna just choose paper instead of plastic. That would be the most realistic thing. You're not gonna give everyone a washable cup, but definitely the plastic is no more plastic.
So
in my house.
somebody offers you something to drink and you see this, you go, no, thank you. I could give you a cup, a paper. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then this is the other thing.
She brings her own utensils with her as well.
Yeah.
Bamboo?
Bamboo. I mean, if it's a sit-down place, obviously, and they have their own utensils, I'll use theirs. But if it's a to-go thing and I'm on the run, I'm not going to take any more plastic.
No plastic.
Plasticware.
You have your own straw?
Right there.
Do they still have the straws that shrink into about this big?
Those would be the, what do you mean?
You take them, you go, and they shrink, the straws, and then you open it.
The metal ones.
Is
metal
it metal?
ones do that?
Yeah, they have like metal
Oh,
ones you can put in your purse.
they're like retractable. Yeah, you know what the thing about those is? I find that they're hard to wash and keep them really sanitary because it has all these extra ridges that you have to clean.
Yeah, we don't
What you got, Teddy?
No, I was gonna say they still have them. They have ones that like come with cleaners in them now.
Yeah.
They can also, I was told, if you boil it, they put in boiling water and take it right out.
Not if it has a silicone in it. The folding ones usually have silicone in them.
That's silicone. I don't want silicone. I don't want silicone. That's like the lead-based lips you kiss.
In it, so that you can fold it up. So you're not supposed to boil those.
It's a lot more of a responsibility, right? But look at you teaching. But it's the responsibility of, that's why I love this Kids Network so much also, because they will be able to teach the kids.
Yes.
And you as well, because you're young and you're relatable. Me, I'm just kind of scary. You, they like you a lot better than they like me. I'm just
That's
saying.
not true. Everybody asks you, how much do you work out? What do you eat? Yada, yada.
Yeah, but Gary, you have a wand. Come on.
You have a wand, but it's not the kids. The kids have to teach the kids, right? It has to come from a peer group for them to even say, you know what, if they can do it. Like if these kids today, if Bree and Allie go, you know what, I tried this and I'm going to be using these reusable cups and I'm not putting plastic in the dumpsters, maybe you guys should try it too. Don't you think that's going to be a whole lot better received than if I say it to the kids?
Well, it depends on the children. If they have been already corrupt, eating McDonald's burgers and stuff, and they're bloated and everything,
But
you're going to
not
have a harder
necessarily,
time.
because it's about planting that seed. Sometimes it takes a while for someone to really come around and make the full-on connection, or put the idea to action. But the seed has been planted. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Somebody could read this book and say, "Oh, well, this is great and all. This is cute, but I'm not going to give up my meat." But one day, you never know what's going to happen down the road, where something is just going to strike them the right way, and they're going to think, you know what? I could just as easily reach over in the grocery store and pick up this one instead of that one, and it's going to be just as delicious, and it's going to cause less harm, so why not? And it's all just about planting that first initial
Well, let me
seed.
ask you a question. There's a commercial for broccoli, right? So they're really trying the industry to get kids to eat more vegetables. Kids want to eat broccoli, so what do? They douse it with cheese sauce, right? So what have you done? You've now put all of this fat in your kids' arteries. It'd be better not eating the broccoli and cheese, right? And maybe
you
having
could give
something
them
else.
vegan cheese that has no
Well,
fat.
so that's my question. How do you entice kids to eat their vegetables without dousing them with
You know
some
what's a
processed
great
cheese.
way to get kids to eat their vegetables? Have them help in the preparation. If you get kids in the kitchen with you and they're helping and you give them a little kid knife to chop up stuff and they're helping and they're putting it in the pan, and I'm telling you, they will freak out over a salad if they helped make it.
Do you know what the best thing is with a salad? Fruit.
Oh yeah.
That's how I learned to eat salad.
My jaw is on the floor at the moment.
You cut up
For anyone who's
apples and
listening to
stuff.
this
You ever have
podcast,
salad? You ever have fruit in your salad?
All the time. Mandarins and stuff.
Oh my God, mandarins and salad. I would eat anything green with a mandarin. Ooh.
You got it.
Strawberries and goat cheese.
Teddy, are you hearing this?
Goat cheese. I can't eat goat cheese. But there's other cheese. Do you know that I'll eat anything green with a
Describing how to
tamarind?
eat a salad.
I'll eat salad if you put fruits in it. Oh, I'd swallow
Look
it
at
up.
her face. Her face is about as disbelief as mine.
And if you use pumpkin seed oil, it looks like it's black. It looks like, what is the name of that other oil that they put?
Balsamic vinaigrette?
Like that. And it tastes unbelievable. It enhances the flavor.
Wow, he sounds like quite an expert.
I'm telling you, when I bring this, you're going to say, oh my God, how do I get this?
Hashtag Freddie the food expert.
But you,
It was like a clone. Like
That's what I just said. I said, who took my partner away? I know.
but the problem is, I lived on the other side. I can tell you what eating Big Macs at 6 o'clock in the morning is like. Not one, try 3. 6 o'clock in the morning, I could tell you what that's like. When I was on the road working, I could tell you that. I could tell you what bad food is like. I could tell you what intensive care feels like. When they tell you you ain't going home, get your will done. I can show you all of that. Or I could show you a different way of maybe getting healthy, of trying something different, of
I'm glad
thinking
he's
out of the
getting all
box.
this on film because
But it's the truth. You know something, ladies and gentlemen? She's talking to kids. I'm talking to parents. Okay, I'm talking to you who feeds your kids. You're the ones that I want to reach. Give them a chance. Give them a chance to get their brain clear, to have their diet done. Give them a chance. That's all I'm asking.
absolutely
Give
right.
them choices.
Give them a choice.
Have
to
a
live
salad
healthy
with,
life.
let them make it with all this fruit you can think of.
I do workshops too with kids about plant-based, and one of the most popular ones is like cooking simple little easy meals or snacks, and the kids get to make their own thing and they freak out. They eat things that the parents are standing right behind them and they're like, they won't even touch this at home if I make it. It's because they were hands-on. So get your kids in the kitchen.
You guys, you like noodles?
I don't like the carbs.
What about sweet potato noodles?
Yes.
You ever had it?
I think once we had a restaurant in here that had it.
You go to Whole Foods, you go to Publix, they got sweet potato noodles. It will change your life. Sweet potato noodles. It's half the carbs.
But she is right about getting the kids in the kitchen. When I was doing my health coaching and I was working with kids and families, that was how I would end every lesson, was let's make something, whether it be a vegetable quesadilla or a fruit
And that's
parfait.
big because you don't cook. Let's make something. That must have been strange. Go ahead, do it.
And that's exactly what we did. Even as simple as putting a nut butter on a piece of celery. The simple things that you can do.
Do you remember when they brought me that almond butter? It looked like goo.
Yeah.
And I took it home and went, who the hell can eat this?
Yep.
Do you know that when you put almond butter on multi-grain bread, it has to be toasted multi-grain?
Do I know? Yes.
Oh my God.
You could drizzle some honey on it. You put your
No,
chia seeds on
I
it.
can't do the honey because I'm vegan. You can't eat honey because apparently a bee is a live thing, so you can't eat the honey. But
you could go plant-based and not vegan.
I know,
Open
but
up
I'm
some
trying to
options.
stick to. Don't you know me? If you give me a finger, I'm going to take a leg, right? So if you tell me I can, not too good. But this almond butter, Jesus Christ, have you ever had almond butter? You like it, huh?
No.
Why?
I like peanut butter.
But this is just like it.
Did you see baby Mr. Peanut?
Yes,
last
he's
night
back
on the
alive.
Super Bowl?
Yeah, he wants to know what his eye
Apparently
thing
it's
is.
the baby's alive, but I guess Mr. Peanut is not.
Mr. Peanut died. They got crushed. They
Mr.
made
Peanut
butter.
died, but now there's a baby Peanut.
But he's looking for his monocle. Is that what it's called? What's the
His
eye-
monocle?
Yeah, he says, where's my monocle?
That
at
was
the
one
end?
of the Super Bowl commercials.
That was adorable.
But peanuts is fantastic source of protein.
Yeah, as long as you don't have an allergy to it, absolutely, yeah.
I keep forgetting that part.
A lot of people do have. And I actually ran into someone whose child had a coconut allergy recently. And that's not a common one, so they couldn't have coconut.
She's allergic to coconut, right? You can't
forget
use some of the
sometimes
stuff
that
you
coconut
can't-
is a nut, so
yeah, you tried the
there's-
hemp
yeah.
and stuff.
That's different. It's not the coconut, it's the carrier oils. of the CBD, so I've been unable to find a CBD product that I can tolerate because of the carrier oils. Coconut hemp, maybe I just can't take a hemp, I don't know.
Maybe. But I tell you, it's a wonderful world out there, and I love trying different things out of the box. Yes, you must read the ingredients to make sure that none of it, if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. Remember that lesson?
I remember.
They took me to Whole Foods how to buy water, because it has to be in a jar. Now, this one has a jar somewhere around here, but for some reason she never fills it. But don't buy plastic water, buy it
In a glass.
in a glass. And then she has a different water. I call it square water because it's a different shape of water.
The Kangen water.
That thing. And she
I'm
took.
familiar with Kangen water.
Oh
yeah.
my God! So they take me to Whole Foods. So there's 2,000 bottles of water. So I picked no. There were only 2 bottles that she would let me drink. And she says, if you can't pronounce the ingredient, you can't eat it.
I talked to her this week and she gave me the name of a water company.
She's the best. And she changed my life. Changed my life.
Well, what I like about the Kangen water, and there's other machines too, Kangen is one of, I think, a few that do that same type of thing, is not only is it, supposedly ionized and much healthier for you, but it's also helping the environment, right? Because you can just refill whatever. You're not just buying the plastic constantly.
Well, I found out this weekend. You ever notice that when you lay down and you wake up in the morning, first thing you have to do is go pee?
Yeah.
You ever know? Do you know why that happens?
Because you haven't gone in 8 hours?
No, that's not why. You can lay down all day. Like, I could be a testament to this yesterday because I was laying down all day. The position when you lay down is the perfect position for your kidneys to have less, and your feet swell because all that water is coming, whatever the body is. So the more you lay down, that's how come you get healthy when you lay down. It is the way the human body interacts for it. And you also should drink a glass of
Seriously, if
water.
anyone has found my partner, Freddie, can you please report him back to the M2 TV studios?
You should have a glass of water or 2 before you go to bed. Your body will say thank you. Before you go to bed every night, just try it. Also, if you use baking soda, half a spoon with temperature water every morning, it will change your life because they want me to be more alkaline. Now, you know something about that.
Yeah, alkaline water is supposed to be the best water you can drink.
Diabetes doesn't grow in a body that's alkalinity.
Right.
I think a lot of diseases won't grow in alcohol.
Nothing
in an
grows, no
acidic
cancer,
body.
nothing. So they want me to pea green. That's the new logo, pea green. It is. I got a strip, and if it goes green, that means you're alkaline. I never show you the strip. I'll show it to you. So when you pea green, do you pea green? I'm gonna write a shirt that says pea green or die. That's the way it works. So the more you pea green, the more alkaline you are, the more disease can't grow in that environment.
What do you think is here, Fred?
I know. That's why he's drinking that.
In plastic, we really have to be more environmentally conscious.
You have to drink it in glass.
And what
No,
we
you
need
won't.
to do here at the studio is be more environmentally conscious. And I would really, honestly like to get a water filtration system back there.
No, not
Why?
doing that yet. Because it's a lot of money.
Okay. We'll figure
They
out a
got
way.
the Brita. What about the Brita? Is that any good?
The Brita?
The Brita,
The
Brita.
Brita, I don't know. I've heard that they kind of don't work, but I don't know what to believe.
They kind of know what. You have a system?
I don't have one. No, it's
Well,
expensive.
what kind of water do you? What do you drink?
I'm drinking out of the jugs that you buy at Publix.
The jugs.
The jugs. The glass.
Those are
jug-
plastic.
The
Oh, the glass
ones.
plastic.
Yeah.
How do you know
But-
where
but
that
that's
water
not
came
good
from?
either, because at the end of the day, I'm still throwing them away.
Refill them. You go to Publix. You go for 35 cents, and read it. Everything's there, and there's a phone number you can call.
At
to refill.
Publix, you can refill it.
Yes.
Do you know Office Depot, right on the corner, has the refillable as well?
They have it, and they have it at Whole Foods. 35 cents a gallon
And
at
the
Whole
water
Foods.
is good. It's
Delicious. I just have to put it on the
I'll
microscope.
try it. I'll try it because I am throwing it away. Which I mean, it might not be plastic, but it's still ending up in a landfill.
They already know me at Publix on Linton, which is closing down, by the way. The one on Linton is closing because I got the new one on Atlantic. So get over there because there's all sorts of sales.
Do you work for a living or do you just find all this
You
information?
know, not for
How
nothing.
do you do all this?
Because I talk to people, man.
When do you have time to even...
Over the weekend, Super Bowl. I tell you, I went to Costco and I said, ladies and gentlemen, and the line went around the block. People were asking me, how do you do a football party? I never done it before. I said, what the hell's wrong with you people? Everybody come to my house. So I was teaching
Did you
people
have everyone
vegan.
at your house yesterday?
No, I was teaching people you vegan, plant-based, let's use that. You could still celebrate Super Bowl Sunday. Very simple. They have the cheese. The only thing is you gotta buy bulk. So you gotta buy $5 of cheese that will feed this group for about 10 days. And you gotta eat it in 3 days because no
Or
preservatives.
you can go to Greenwise Publix, which is a new Greenwise in Boca. You could go there. Or Whole Foods.
Okay.
Or Trader Joe's probably has a lot of options.
Now, Whole Foods was bought out by Amazon.
I heard the new Whole Foods on Linton is spectacular.
I was there.
It is. I was there.
It opened up on the 29th, and
was
I
there
went
on
and
the
spoke
grand
to them,
opening.
and they gave me a person for vitamins. You know how important magnesium is to your body? Do you take magnesium, Dawn?
Every night, as a matter of
You
fact.
do? I hate you. You know, tell me these things.
Really? Because I think Merlin told you this 4 years ago.
Yes,
That got you
yes,
out of the
yes.
hospital.
DJ, do you take magnesium? Do you know what magnesium is?
Yes, I know what magnesium
You take it?
I used to, not anymore.
It
You
is the
should.
best sleeping pill for me.
Oh my God, It is
right?
a sleeping pill.
I
yeah.
take it an hour before I go to bed, then I can sleep.
You guys take magnesium? You guys don't take nothing because you're like Batman and Robin. What is it? Of course. What is it? This is America's youth.
How do people find your books?
So my books are available on my website, veggievero.com. And they're also, if you want a signed copy, veggievero.com. And then they're also available on Amazon. And if you come and visit me at the Delray Beach Children's Garden, then you can find them in person.
When are you there?
I'm usually there on Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. and I'm there on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, unless I have an event going on. My schedule's kind of all over the place because I do a lot of the veg fests and I do workshops. So, but generally I am there every weekend.
Do you visit schools and read to kindergartens and stuff like that?
Yeah, I actually went to a school in up near Tallahassee area, and I think the first school, definitely the first one in Florida at least, that has gone fully plant-based in their cafeteria.
Really?
It's incredible. And I know the owner of the school, and she had been wanting to do this for a while. She was a little scared because was like, are people going to pull their kids out of my school? But she just did it because it was in her heart. She really wanted, it's a private school, of course. And she's gotten great feedback. I mean, of course, people can still bring their own lunches if they don't want to eat what she's serving, but her cafeteria is fully plant-based now.
Isn't it amazing politically? They wouldn't let her into the school because, those wonderful lunch programs that they do at the school, they give you a piece of bread, an apple, and a thing of milk.
There's a lot more to that. You can't.
No, there isn't a lot more.
You can't shoot the messenger because what is funding that?
Okay, let me ask you a question. When the shootings went down at whatchamacallit?
Parkland, yeah.
Okay, and we lost those lives. How many lives did we lose? 17? How many kids died? 17?
Do you know
want to
that
put a value on
you
that?
know that it's a day of service in the Broward County schools on Valentine's Day? It's a half day this
Okay,
year,
but
and then
hold
next
on.
year there will be no school.
But hold on. 17 lives. You can't put a price on one life, much less 17, right? But if I tell you you're loading a bullet into a gun by feeding them this garbage,
But that's your opinion.
it isn't. I can prove it. I'm living proof.
For you.
Not for me. You know how many diabetics are in my boat right now?
For you.
Not for me. Listen, if you're
All
a
you can do
diabetic,
is
I want you.
educate and give
I
people
want to do a
choice.
seminar. I'm so tired of this.
All
I
you
want
can
to do
do-
a seminar. I'm going to go vegan versus meat. I'm going to show you the difference. If you try my formula for a week and you don't feel better, I'll pay for the food you use on the vegan side. Because I'm going to tell you, so I put my money where my mouth is because I know what I feel. I know how I feel.
But then they're going to say to you, we can't afford it. It's free and reduced lunch. We're our dual income. We're a Title I school. My kids I can't afford to feed my children. I can't afford to feed them healthy.
I see. So a loaf of bread. Well, bread is okay.
A lot of the plant-based foods are some of the cheapest foods on the planet.
I hate doing this other side of this argument. with you guys.
I'm not talking about veggie burgers and things that are pre-made. Those are expensive. But rice, beans, bread,
Chicken.
pasta.
Oh, not chicken, but yes.
Is pasta cheap?
Pasta's incredibly cheap.
Is it cheaper than, let's say, what do they give you in the school system? What they got?
French fries, hot dogs.
Oh, pizza. Oh, there you go. Taco.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh. Who's paying for that? Maybe they're backing the wrong horse.
Well, that's our government.
Well, they spend $45 on a toilet lid.
All I can tell you is we got to get some healthy food to our kids. And there are Feed the Hungry programs for our kids in schools. And should they be packed with more nutritious food? We had that conversation at our
Oreo
last studio.
cookies.
Because they're packing it with things that people are donating. And they're the processed packaged food. just to give these kids some food and calories, and it's not the best choice. But you're in a catch-22 for these kids. You have the choice. You have the financial means to afford what you want. Thankfully, we all do. But some families don't, and they're stuck between a rock and a rock, as you call it, of what they're going to give these kids and the education and feeding and working and grocery shopping. There has to be a better way, and I think with your books, it teaches them a better way. You know what? Vegetables, grow your own. Grow a vegetable garden. Grow an herb garden outside. You know what? And that's a whole lot cheaper. It's going to take time, patience, but can you grow your own and get it? Absolutely.
I ended up in the hospital. My bill was $80,000. You think I can pay a couple of lunches with $80,000? I think we have to measure this pound for pound and deal for deal. I think this conversation to continue.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. What is your website?
It's veggievero.com. And my Instagram and Facebook is also at VeggieVero. So the word veggie and then VERO.
More to come. I can't wait to do a segment, a movie. We see if that girl's going to come back and do that.
If she's not, we get somebody else.
Gene, you ready to make a movie?
Gene will do it.
He says, of course.
He's ready.
All right. Stay tuned. More to come. Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Tequila Tuesday at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. So come on out. We'll see you then.
And then don't be late in Peak Green.
Bye-bye. Peak Green.
That's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more goodwill next time. You can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.